Hey everybody, welcome to the Randall Sports Wrap-Up. I'm your host, Seth Hagan. So, last week I was on Facebook, doing my usual browsing, and one of my lady friends told me how much she was liking the show, and so naturally, I thanked her. And then I proposed. You see, that's called a knee-jerk reaction, something the Dallas Cowboys know nothing about. Days after the season-opening win against the Giants, rumors began swirling about Dallas already talking contract extensions with quarterback Tony Romo. And my initial reaction was, this is kind of premature, unnecessary, and stupid. One game, Dallas? That's all it took? And that one game looked pretty sad in comparison to Sunday's 27-7 loss to the Seahawks. Another one-game stat jumps out to me when it comes to Tony Romo. It's the one playoff victory he's had in 6 seasons as the Cowboys starter. Not to mention the Cowboys' stellar 14-18 record over the last 2 seasons. So why are they stuck on Romo? Turns out Romo will actually cost Dallas about $8 million more next year against the salary cap. Nobody better is available anytime soon, and Dallas hasn't been drafting quarterbacks over the last 2 dismal seasons. So now the boys from Jerry's world are stuck in Romo land, where anything is possible. Except the NFC Championship. I know his lone postseason win was Dallas' only victory in over a decade, and Jerry Jones rarely settles for mediocrity, but that's exactly what he's getting with Tony Romo. 52-0. 52-0? 52-0. Florida State and Alabama laid identical beatdowns on conference opponents this past weekend, embarrassing Arkansas and Wake Forest. And it definitely wasn't the first time. Overall, the 2 teams have beaten their opponents by a combined score of 304-17. It's fair to say Alabama's done it against stiffer competition, but Florida State will get a chance to prove how far they've come this week with their top 10 matchup against Clemson. Clemson presents the best offense and biggest test the Seminoles will see all year. If they can withstand the Tigers, they can wrap up an otherwise weak Atlantic Division in the ACC. Alabama, on the other hand, won't have to play a ranked opponent until Week 9 at Mississippi State, who has an excellent chance of being undefeated at that point. The Tide will follow that up by traveling to Baton Rouge the very next week, where LSU may very well be waiting with a goose egg in the loss column. Early on, Florida State and Bama's defenses could do no wrong, but as USC proved over the weekend, the road ahead is never as easy as it seems. The Major League postseason is fast approaching, but as of Sunday night, over half the league was still in contention for a playoff bid. Even sub-500 teams like the Phillies, Diamondbacks, and the Padres could all conceivably break in when it's all said and done. So, what made all this madness possible? The play-in game. This latest concept of postseason genius from the office of Bud Selig will have teams with the 2 best records from each league who couldn't win their own division play a winner-take-all game to settle who plays the overall number 1 seed. And we thought making the All-Star game count was stupid. But wait, there's more. Go on. Also new in 2012, the team lucky enough to have the number 2 seed in their league will be the beneficiary of a brand new playoff format. Sorry, but I'm more sorry for the team who will have home field advantage, but will have to play the first 2 games of their 5-game series at the other team's stadium. What? Yep, the host games 3, 4, and 5, but anyone out there not eating Elmer's glue knows that the series could very well be sewn up by then. But back to the play-in game. I could understand if 2 teams were tied for the wild card lead at the end of the season, or if their season series was tied. Tiebreakers have been used for years. But this new addition could also end up screwing a good team over who's worked hard for their regular season record. If the Braves maintain their 7-game wild card lead, but then lose to St. Louis in a random winner-take-all game, what has that accomplished? It also handicaps the winner of that game, who now has to play the number 1 seed without their best pitcher in Game 1. I'm all for bringing new intrigue to the sport, but Major League Baseball is in serious need of some new ideas. And that's it for this week. Make sure you stay logged on to RandallSportsReport.com for all your Southern sports needs. And I'll be right back next Monday with my Week 4 wrap-up. I also host another show during the week called Sports Check, where I bring you a whole bunch of other crazy stories from around the country. So check that out too. And for everybody at RandallSportsReport.com, I'm Seth Hagan, and this has been your Randall Sports Wrap-Up for Week 3. We'll see you later.